Roll.
Yes. Ms. Shockey?
Yes.
Mr. Holden? Mr. Gill?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Ms. Polino? Mr. Perrin?
Yes.
Mr. Sparrow?
Yes. This meeting will be recorded and may be televised live. If you are able to, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Vice Chairman, would you lead us this evening, sir?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item this evening is public comment. Is there any public comment this evening? Second item this evening is the minutes from June 22nd.
Motion to accept the minutes.
Motion by President Gill to accept the minutes.
Second.
Second by Ms. Sullivan. Any questions or comments on the minutes? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? It's unanimous. Next item is the curriculum. Mr. Woods?
The only thing I have on curriculum tonight, if you look on the page one of what you got of your curriculum updates, was I had coordinated program review, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but I also had at the bottom of that, at the request, I believe it was of Mr. Holden, I finally got the remainder of the summer assignments, so I included the ATCs, a copy of the webpage. I didn't want to print them all again. It's just it's a link, and it links the grades 4, 5, 6, and 7. Reading, math, family letter, whatever went home to the students at the ATC school. So that's really the only curriculum update we have at this point. So,
Thank you, sir.
okay.
Next is the superintendent's report. Superintendent is in China now?
No.
So,
Not now. I'm sorry, he's down the Cape at a conference. He's at the Cape for a conference. But he left his report, which I will read. It's not too long. We had a successful closing of the 2014-2015 school year. Thank you to all our employees who made this a great year. I wish everyone a happy and safe summer. I'll be attending the annual Superintendents Conference in Falmouth, Massachusetts, July 13th and 14th. On Wednesday, July 15th, I am traveling to China. That's the superintendent who's traveling to China. I will be visiting schools in the following cities, promoting Winter Public Schools: Beijing, Zhuangdou, Fuzhou, Changsha, and Guangzhou. Our partnership with Educatus International allows international students to attend Winthrop High School. I will be returning on July 27th and will be in attendance for the school committee that evening. I have actually been to 3 of those cities that the superintendent's going to. The new middle high school project is moving along. Windows are being installed and the brickwork is almost complete. The roof is 90% finished. We have 3 resignations. James Rowan, music teacher at the Arthur T. Cummings School. Jessica Livermore, a grade 8 math teacher at Winthrop High School. And Angela Reichert, the special ed teacher at the Arthur T. Cummings School. 1 retirement, and that is Kathy Rowan, who is an ESP at the Arthur T. Cummings School. I will have a complete list of new hires and appointments at the August 17th meeting. And that is the superintendent's report. Next are, sorry, we're going to go through the retirements now because
Gary, sick bank for Kathy Rowan.
we do need to vote on
Purchase back.
a buyback request of sick time of Ms. Rowan, who is retiring. And I will make a motion to buy sick time back from Ms. Rowan.
James. Second.
No,
It's Kathy.
it's Kathy Rowan.
That's a mistake.
That's Mr. Rowan is resigning. Kathy Rowan, who is his wife, is retiring.
Yeah, it is.
I understand. She's not eligible for it. So we're voting on Kathy Rowan's request for sick time buyback. And I'll make a motion for that.
Second.
Second by President Gill. Are there any questions or comments on Ms. Rowan's request for buyback? We will vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? It's unanimous. Next, the warrants. We have warrant SVW 15-21 in the amount of $192,342.33.
Motion.
Motion by President Gill to approve those.
Second.
Second by Ms. Sullivan. The right side of the table is particularly quiet this evening. Any questions or comments on the warrant? We will vote. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? It's unanimous. I'll pass those to you soon.
Sure.
We have two payroll warrants this evening. We have payroll warrant from June 3rd, 2015, in the amount of $653,527.57. And we have a payroll warrant from June 17th, 2015, in the amount of $612,455.87. Is there a motion to approve the two warrants?
So moved.
Motion by President Gill.
Second.
Is there second by Vice Chairman Perrin? Any questions or comments on the payroll warrant? We will vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ms. Hames, I abstain. Next is a request for budget transfers. You all got those in your packet. There are approximately 4 pages of budget transfer requests from Ms. Eccles.
Motion.
Motion by President Gill to approve the budget transfer requests.
Second.
Second by Ms. Sullivan. Any questions or comments on the budget transfer? We will vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? It is unanimous.
Gary, I just wanted to let you know, there will be one more round at the next meeting. I just wanted to let you know, because I know we're just doing that meeting to sign the warrant, basically, but I will have the last round.
Financial.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll have the last round at that point.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you. Next, building and grounds requests. And we have one request for use of the buildings or grounds, and that comes from the Fort Banks PTO for a kindergarten social on Sunday, August 16th, from 1:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m., and it will take place at the William P. Gorman School on Kennedy Drive, at the playground, and in the first floor hallway.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan to
Second.
approve, second by President Gill. Questions or comments on the request? I think it's a wonderful time. I believe Kristen Bonapane is the one who put in the request. And if you have a child going into kindergarten, it's something you should go to. It's a lot of fun. It's a great chance to meet other students going into kindergarten as well as their parents. And any other questions or comments?
So some of the teachers go as well. I know a handful of the kindergarten teachers make an effort to go. So it would be nice if your student could meet their teacher as well.
Thank you. We'll vote. All in favor of approval, say aye.
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 Opposed, abstentions, it's unanimous. Next is new business. We have a Miller Field update. President Gill.
In the town council, we are looking to do a combination project. The town manager has a plan to do the drainage project at Lewis Lake. And in combination with that, we would like to investigate doing Miller Field. The drainage project would serve both as a drainage project for the whole area, as well as a drainage project for Miller Field. He's doing the proposal as a single proposal for the drainage project. so that it covers both projects. It's an exciting look at the opportunity to do Miller Field as well as the drainage project, which that drainage project serves all of what they call the Lower Highlands, Summit Ave, and all of those side streets, as well as some of the side streets off of Shore Drive. It runs as a ditch through the golf course down to Lewis Lake. As part of the project, Lewis Lake will also be dredged out. So it's a huge project, and the reason I bring it up tonight is because a piece of it is Miller Field, and it's an exciting project for the community and for the new high school, middle school.
New high school, middle school.
We do have a meeting tomorrow night where he will be updating and outlining in much more detail than what I've done, and it will be on TV. It's at the Harvey Room. Actually, we have a dual meeting tomorrow night, and that part will probably start around 7:30 or 7:45 if anybody's interested in attending.
Yes.
I just want to thank you, President Gill, and the town for pursuing this. I think Miller Field requires being redone. It's not even a wish, it's just a requirement. And when the new school is finished, Miller Field looks terrible right now, but it's going to look even worse next to this brand new building. And I think really our athletes, our student athletes require a field that's playable, a track that's official length, and I appreciate the town pursuing this opportunity to get it redone.
And just to carry on a little bit about that, we would hope that we would have the support of the school committee and whatever efforts we need in that endeavor to get that accomplished. And I will be officially asking for that later on if it becomes more specific. But it is exciting. Our current field is basically, the track hasn't been able to be used for years. Field house is in deplorable condition, and the field itself is the seats and everything needs, so it's an aggressive project, and we hope we can get it done.
It's great that we can incorporate it all in one project
Yes.
as well for the
Yes.
towns, the schools. It's great. Thank you, President Gill.
My pleasure.
Speaking of the new high school, middle school, it will be substantially completed 1 year from now. And it will be open as a school in September of 2016. And I think it's come time to name the building. I'm not talking about naming anything inside the building, whether it be the auditorium or the library or the classrooms. At this point, I think all we need to consider is what we are going to name the building. Our old building was called Winthrop High School. This building is now called Winthrop High School. But I would like to ask for any comment from the people of Winthrop, if they have suggestions for a name for the new high school on Main Street, the new middle school. Our next school committee meeting is August 17th, and we're going to devote that to financial business. I'm sorry, our next school committee meeting is July 27th, and we're going to devote that to financial business. And so I would like to put on the agenda and discuss on August 17th what we might consider naming the new high school and the new middle school. If you wish to come to that meeting and speak, you are more than welcome to do that. If you wish to submit something in writing, you may do that. You could send me an email if you want to do that. My email address is on the school website. And I don't know that we will vote on the 17th. We will see how things go at that meeting and leading up to that meeting. But on or about the 17th, I would like to consider naming the new building. The naming of school buildings is in the jurisdiction of the school committee. Again, I'm not talking about naming anything inside the building. That's for another day. I'm only talking about naming the building. Thank you. If the committee...
Question?
Yes, sir.
Did you intend to have the building in the name of a person, or just the?
My request is, if you wish it to be named in the name of a person, let us know that. If you wish it to be named Winthrop High School, let us know that. I'm asking for suggestions. I'm
Thank you.
asking for input. If there are no objections from the committee, I'm going to ask for a 5-minute recess. No objections, 5 minutes. I did go past unfinished business, which is review of policy language from Mr. Woods and Ms. O'Connell. And Mr. Woods has given us the new policy language, and I think at the next meeting or the meeting after that, we'll have the actual policies that we can go through the first reading and then the second.
Yeah,
reading.
I will have them to you I'll have them to you sent electronically by the end of the week.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We're back to public comment. Public relations, Ms. Sharkey?
No, I don't have anything on public relations, but Mr. Scumrow, I would like, maybe if we could just have a moment of silence. We lost one of our staff members this past week, Carol Edgett. Carol has been a long member of Winthrop. Her children have all attended our public schools. She was for 12 years, she was a lunch aide. And anyone who's ever been in the lunches of our elementary schools can appreciate the work, and not only her work, but her kindness to the children and making sure the children had proper food and always had a lunch in front of them. She never let any child go. And I just want to give our condolences to her family. There is no mass or church services, but there are services for her at Caggiano's this Thursday from 4 to 7. So
Such a nice person.
yeah, she was a lovely, lovely, lovely woman, and I know I believe it was sudden, so that's what kind of hurts a little bit more. So
Sure.
again. And I did want to acknowledge some of our retirees or people that are leaving, Mr.
Certainly.
Scumrow. I just wanted to thank Kathy Rowan. Kathy has been in our system forever and a day, and Kathy, I apologize. I know she's been in at least 25 years, or pretty close to it. And she's another person that will be sorely missed. She's a dedicated educator who took care of our children, always minded what was being done for each child, became totally involved in our school environment, and I want to thank her very much. And then she brought her husband, Jim, and Jim has done so much for our music program in the short years that he's been here. He's elevated our music program. He has enabled our kids to love music besides rock and roll and whatever. So I want to thank Jim and Kathy for everything they've done for our children. Two people that are leaving is Jessica Livermore. She's a math teacher in the 8th grade, And believe me, it's very hard to get good, solid math teachers, especially from middle school. And Jessica did a wonderful, wonderful job. And I know she was good with her colleagues and with our students, and I thank her for that. And finally, I'm going to mention Angela Reichelt. And Angela and I have a little bit of a tie. I hope I'm not going to get my son upset, but he was going with a friend of Angela's when I heard that Angela needed a position in special ed, and she had outstanding references. So my only thing was to Angela is, all I can do is give someone your name, and as soon as the people saw what she was, they hired her. And she's going to be very, very missed. She's going back to Connecticut, where she came from. And I just want to thank her for all the things. She did many, many things with our students, and I know the kids will miss her. So thank you, Angela. That's it.
Thank you, Mrs. Sharkey. Mr. Perrin?
New business?
No. Public relations.
Nothing for me.
Yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge that a Department of Energy Resources has, the Green Communities Division has awarded the town of Winthrop $163,629 for projects to be put into place that represent the green community's goals. And included in the projects is the Gorman Fort Bank School interior lighting retro refit, the Cummings School interior lighting retro refit, Larson Rink interior lighting retro refit, and Larson Rink weatherization programs. All kind of school-related stuff, and I want to commend and thank Mr. McKenna for his efforts in getting this grant, and Mr. Gordon, I'm sure, was involved as well. Thank you, Tim.
Joe, really, Joe and Jim.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. So,
Yeah, I have two things tonight. Just again to remind people that the summer meal program has started. Breakfast is 9 to 10, and lunch is 12 to 1, and it's open to all the students here at Winthrop High School in the cafeteria for free. And secondly, our summer reading books, grades 1 through 3 this year, was donated by Karen Gallo at the East Boston Savings
isn't that
Bank.
nice?
Historically, those books have been donated by the Rotary, and when that wasn't able to occur this year, Karen did not hesitate to step up and help East Boston Savings Bank donate over 500 books to our students.
Wow.
So
That was very
it
nice.
was very nice, and thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
thank you, Ms. Sullivan. The chair anticipates going into executive session to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares, and the chair does so declare. I make a motion to go into executive session. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Sullivan. Questions or comments? We'll take a vote. Ms. Haynes, would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Sharkey?
Yes.
Mr. Gill?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Perrin?
Yes.
Mr. Scarmo?
Yes. I anticipate that after executive session, the only business that we will do is to adjourn the public session. Thank you.